Long weave to the side, cut low on the other. We tie it up, we're just like one another. She's got the figure real lady, and me and her could make some pretty babies. Wind your waist round, 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 round. Shake that booty down, 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 down. Wind your waist round, 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 round. Shake that booty down, 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 down.
What's up, family? I'm Tommy and welcome to DMO World. Guys, if you're brand new to the channel, make sure you smash that subscribe button and hit that notification bell so you don't miss out. So this evening, guys, crickets. I'm on my ones, I'm on my J's, I'm on my Jack Jones, I'm all alone, guys. If you saw the last vlog, you'll know that Sharon and Aurora decided to go on vacay, to go on holiday without me. So it is what it is, guys. Cue the violins, do what you gotta do, but I'm here by myself. I've got to get up in the apartment alone, go to work, come home to a lonely apartment, go to the gym by myself, cook my own meal, go to bed alone. Guys, cue the violins. No, guys, it's not that deep. I'm only playing, like, I don't mind a little bit of my own time every now and again. Don't get me wrong, I miss my family, but it's all good. It's all good. A few days alone is not gonna hurt anyone. A little bit of distance makes the heart grow fonder. I think I got it right that time. As I say, guys, if you do want to catch up and you haven't seen the last vlog, just go back and see that. One more thing, guys, I know I'm always making excuses when I'm vlogging on my iPhone. If I got a bit of red ear action, then it's the iPhone camera. It's got that kind of, that harsh. Anyway, I'm gonna stop rambling about that anyway. As I'm here by myself, I thought it would be an ideal time for me to give you guys a story time and touch on a subject that is difficult to talk about. It is kind of a sore subject, but I think now's the time to bring it up. A lot of you guys have been asking about it. So this story time is about basically how me and Sharon were separated on the brink of divorce, but it's also about how we saved our marriage, how we got back together and what we're feeling. One of the big reasons I wanted to actually do this was because, you know, it's the sort of thing a lot of you guys can probably relate to if you've been through a breakup in a marriage or a relationship, like, or possibly if you're going through it now, maybe it's something you can relate to, and it speaks to a lot of people. You know, a lot of people have been through heartache and pain when it comes to relationships. So why not open up about it and talk to you guys, give you guys a loose rundown of what happens, focus more on the positives and, you know, the outcome of what happened between me and Sharon. So story time, let's get into this. All right, so this is going back to 2018. So at that time, Aurora would have been maybe, I think 2. Would she have been 2 or 3? She'd have been 2. So yeah, it's very bad timing. We had a young kid together and things weren't going as they should. So our relationship, it was going downhill. Like for a little while, you know, things were building up, things weren't right, things weren't as they should be. We weren't really getting along. And then one day, which probably one of the worst days of my life, come to a point where we felt that it's probably time that we do actually go our separate ways, temporarily, maybe forever, we don't know. Just, you know, we need to test the water, we need to go our separate ways and see what happens. So that day, it did all come as a bit of a shock to me, even though I knew deep down it was coming. When it actually did happen, I did go into a bit of a state of shock. I felt sick. I didn't know what to do with myself. I went outside, I was walking around the block. I just didn't know if I was coming or going. It was horrible. I was in a dark place. I was in a really bad place. So that evening, Sharon went to her sister's house with Aurora, which is where she would be staying for the next couple of days. The reason why Sharon left the apartment and I stayed in the apartment is because basically I didn't really have anywhere to go. Like, I've got my parents, they live about 25 miles away from here, which isn't far, but for me to go to and from work as a complete inconvenience, and just, it wasn't really ideal at all. And then my extended family, like aunts, uncles, cousins, were basically the entire extended family lived near London, which is like 150, well, over 100 miles from here. So yeah, basically I didn't really have anywhere convenient to go. That's why I was in the apartment, she was there. But I was alone in the apartment. That very first night, the first thing I did was I reached for a can of beer, which turned into another can of beer, which turned into another one. And I'm not gonna lie, guys, that I'm not encouraging or condoning drinking alcohol for those purposes, but it did really help. It like really numbed the pain, numbed my senses, kind of just took me out of that dark place temporarily, and just I don't know. Like I say, guys, it's not a good thing. I don't recommend it by any stretch, but for me that night, it just took the edge off. So that was the first night. The second night we're apart, did exactly the same thing again. I couldn't cope with being in my own head. I had to just escape. So I went straight for the beer again, and nothing. I wasn't drinking anything hard. I wasn't drinking any Henny or anything hard. I was just drinking beer, try and get that, I don't know, that relief from being inside your own head, which is, it's a slippery slope, guys. That's how addiction starts, you know, when you want to escape. But here's where I'm most proud of myself. So the third night, I was like, all right, I'm not doing this. I'm not going to do this again. Regardless of what happens with me and Sharon, I want to be alive. I want to be healthy. I want to be there for Aurora, our daughter, regardless. So I'm not going to go down that slippery slope. And like I say, I'm proud of myself that 3 nights in, I found that strength within myself. The first thing I did once I'd established that inner strength, I guess, was I joined a boxing gym. That for me was just an amazing way of just unleashing all of my aggression, all that pain and heartache inside. You know, I was just able to take out on a punching bag, literally a punching bag. That really helped me, guys. And then I'd been out of the gym for probably like, I don't know, at least 18 months. So I was in pretty bad shape, but I also got back in the gym and got back on the weights, and all of that, using up my testosterone, my aggression, was really helping, and just keeping my head above water. It was a coping mechanism for me. And still to this day, like, I recommend it. Like, if anyone's going for anything, go to the gym, get into like fitness and exercise. It's the best thing for mental health for me personally. So that's how I found my strong place. So as a few days went by, I was feeling very, very bad about Sharon being at our sister's apartment, because they didn't have a lot of space, and I think they actually had to sleep on the floor. So I was like, okay, regardless of what's going on with me and Sharon, this is not right that they've got to sleep in those conditions. So I said, look, come back to the apartment, we'll stay together for a bit, we'll see where we go, we'll try and work things out, we'll see where things go. So they did that. A little bit of time passes by, we're back staying together, but it wasn't really going anywhere. It was like, I think we did really need to spend some serious time of separation to really figure out whether we pursue with this marriage or whether we just go our separate ways and get divorced. So I decided to take the step and move 25 miles away back in with my parents again, just so we can really figure this thing out. So that's what I did. And yeah, time passed by. I was staying there for quite a few months. I was still just concentrating on my fitness, just really trying to bring my self-esteem back. Really just trying to work on my own head. I was still seeing a lot of Aurora. I was actually coming back and staying in the apartment for weekends. I was sleeping in one of the spare bedrooms, so I was still getting to see Aurora quite a bit. I was obviously paying child support. Time went on, and I don't know, I think for me, I'd FaceTime Sharon just so I can talk to Aurora and stuff on the nights that we weren't together. And I don't know, I guess I just saw something there. Like whenever we FaceTime, I think I knew deep down that I just still loved her, and this really wasn't what I wanted. Again, it's back to that old cliche of like I said before in one of my previous videos, is that feeling of helplessly falling in love. I don't think that ever went away really, despite all of the, you know, all of the turbulence, the roller coaster ride we'd been through. I don't think that ever went away. I was kind of fighting it a bit because I felt like I was very brokenhearted of the thought of Aurora living in a broken home with separate parents. Like, I hated the thought of that, and I didn't want that to cloud my judgment on how things go with me and Sharon. You know, I didn't think we should get back together just for the sake of, you know, just for the sake of Aurora, because it's, you know, we've got to be happy in ourselves as well. So I guess I was kind of fighting it a little bit. But yeah, as time went on, I just realised we both matured so much. You know, we've made a lot of mistakes. Our relationship has been a massive roller coaster. You know, we've lost multiple pregnancies. We've been through a lot together, and we matured together and come out of some really hard times, like financially as well, together. So I just felt like it's meant to be. Why throw this away? And I knew I still loved her. I knew I still found her sexy and pretty. I was still attracted to her. You know, that was never an issue. So I guess we just stopped fighting it and decided to move back in and give it another go. Praise God, we're back together. We're back together. So initially, it still wasn't easy. It still wasn't like an instant like transition back together, but we just decided to just make more time for one another. So we go away to a hotel together, we go out on date nights, and just really like put some effort into understanding each other's needs and wants, and just trying to meet them and trying to compromise more. And I think what really sealed the deal for me, two of our good friends actually got married late in 2018. We went to the wedding together, and I think just seeing that joy of them get together, seeing that union, what marriage really means, I think that really sunk in for me that this is meant to be. I'm supposed to be married, and I'm supposed to be married to this woman, and I'm happy to be married to this woman. So yes, as I say, praise God, we've been together ever since. We've got a beautiful daughter together. We've got another one on the way. We're happy. We got you guys, we've got a YouTube channel together. So yeah, things are going great. Every relationship still takes a lot of work. You know, we still do sometimes let our guard down, and sometimes I might feel neglected in this department, she might feel neglected in that department. You know, we do have different wants and needs, but again, we are just like trying to just squash our pride, squash our stubbornness, and just come together and just discuss our differences more, just be more the mature couple that we are. 10 years married, it has been a bumpy ride, it's been a roller coaster ride. We nearly didn't make it, but we are still here. That's pretty much it, guys. That's a brief rundown of what happened when we separated and nearly got divorced. So I know a lot of you guys have been wondering and asking when we've mentioned it before, so there's a little bit more information for you guys. I hope you guys have enjoyed me rambling to you, and I hope you guys are looking forward to seeing us back together as a family. I've only got 2 more nights alone. I can't wait to see my family again. Guys, I don't want to go back to the single life. I don't want to be in this apartment alone every day. I appreciate you guys. Thank you for listening to me, and I'll see you in the next video. Sorry guys, I've switched the camera off and I completely forgot to mention that obviously that is a story time from my perspective whilst I'm here by myself. If you do want to hear Sharon's side, her perspective on things, leave us a comment, and yeah, let's give Sharon some encouragement to get on the story time action. Also, the other one of how we fell in love, I'd love to hear Sharon's side of it. So if you guys want to hear that, leave us a comment. Hopefully she'll be able to make that video happen for you guys. Appreciate you guys.